that, ooh, as we get into the game, ignore my problems. We're into something that is a bit more important than my personal gripes. Here we are, and it's Rynus versus PranksterGangster in the winners semifinals. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say, PranksterGangster has certainly done more work than I expected him to do to get up to this point. Good luck and have fun to everybody involved. In the upper right-hand side, we have PranksterGangster. He has had a hard road of 2-1s throughout the tournament, but he's beaten such people as, I believe, Works. Then he also defeated Glaba, which was unexpected and proved that his level was a bit higher than it should be. The person who wins this gets to go all the way to the finals and in a winning position with both of their tournament lives intact. So in the upper right-hand side, we have PranksterGangster. In the bottom left-hand side, he has 2-0'd every single opponent that has dared show his face to him, including Visixfan's Wily Cheese and the attempted cheese of Hero of Ages. It is Rynus. Now, intriguingly, Rynus is going to be playing Mech against Beast, and the problem with Mech versus Beast is that... I wish I could turn those off. Those are not my spawns. The problem with Mech versus Beast is as follows. If you're Mech up against the Beast player, if you're not taking advantage of the fact that you're the Mech player by like doing some gyrocraft assaults, or even if you do, the Beast player has way more units than you. They're going to be able to expand much more than you hope that they will be able to. And the other thing that the Beasts player has going for them is they have a lot of units, a lot of micro-potential dragons, force you to make a lot of ballista there, and the most important thing for Rynus is as follows. Rynus likes to go for the Rynus ball. You know, this like circle of catapults, maybe some gyrocraft, but mostly, you know, catapults with a couple of ballista. And the problem is that if you are up against a Beast player who knows how to use things like airships and how to focus fire the workers that are trying to mass repair and knows how to like spread their dragons, then this is a really, really, really threatening build. Now this, however, is a really bad sign for PranksterGangster. This is the same setup that PranksterGangster used when he played against, I can't remember who it was yesterday, but he had a similar setup where he put one den down proxy with the goal of making a proxy 1 den and doing assaults and attacks and things like that. And then behind the scenes, here he was building, you guessed it, fast dragons. Oh, buddy. And here's the problem with this, is that fast dragons might actually be quite good against Rynus, because Rynus is the Mech player and it's kind of known and accepted. Here's the tower going down. This is a repeat of what PranksterGangster did in one of the games that we cast yesterday, and the Wolf is getting some initial purchase. This building has yet to finish. It's actually not building at all. This worker is not diligent in the slightest. It's stuck there, and this is still 40 hit points from being finished, and Rynus hasn't actually made it finish yet. The tower is going up on the high ground, so we don't have too much to worry about there, but this structure hasn't been done, and now it looks like Rynus has realized a mistake, but that's about 20 seconds of unit production that he's been held off on. The tower is now going to finish, and this actually looks like it might be a W for PranksterGangster. This aggressive one, then the tower is finished, and I know there is a tower on the high ground, so it doesn't seem likely that this is a long-lasting rush, but the benefit of this rush is as follows. He's probably going to be able to get down the house. Look at the damage he's doing to these workers. He's managed to slow Rynus down by building a tower. Now, normally there is like inconsequential follow-through here. Wait, what? So you built a tower? Doesn't that make my dragons worse if I force you to build a tower and answer? But it's actually not a problem. Look at the positioning of this tower. This tower isn't on a location that's serious in any way, and the attack is already over now for PranksterGangster, but the benefit of what he has done may be a bit difficult to see at present. This tower is going to be healed, and it's not going to take too much more damage, whereas the catapult's going to shoot this down. Being forced to build a tower the way he has means that Rynus is now not going to make his expansion at the normal timing. He's perhaps doing the one thing that can help him against PranksterGangster. He is building a mill, and the thing is with that mill is that if they build at exactly the same time, gyrocraft do counter dragons, but there's a lot of conditionals on that. You have to split the dragons, you have to split the gyrocraft really well so you don't get trapped by the AoE of the dragons. You have to pull back and repair very finitely, and eventually the dragons start over on this end of the base, over on this end of the map, and slowly but surely you outvalue them and go over here. But here's the problem for Rynus, is that Rynus is now a one base mech player, and with a catapult and a tower, it's going to be very difficult to find anything here, especially since if this Gatling gun sits behind the catapult, then it's tower, Gatling gun, catapult, and how do any number of wolves break through that? Not easily, especially with the power of repair. And the wolf just runs away and says it can't do anything more. This mill, however, might actually be the play that gets Rynus back into the game. If he had built the castle, there was a strong possibility that just loses the game because there would be no advanced workshop in sight. One tower, the advanced workshop would have to be built right here. The worker would be killed repeatedly. Extra dragons would be made. It would all be a mess, but we may find out that that's not enough time. The first dragon is coming out now over here for PranksterGangster, and the first gyrocraft is here as well. But the benefit is, this means that PranksterGangster isn't going to be able to end the game with this dragon. The mass repair on top of these mech units means that it's extremely likely, yep, his wolf is going down and discovers that there isn't the natural, but this mill over here generates one gyrocraft, and then that's it for now. I'm sure it wants to make a second one, and it does, and it depends on where the dragon finds this, because the first thing Rynus has to do is, they see each other, and he has to run this back and repair it, and I think actually Rynus is going to hold this attack very nicely. He's sticking to the tower, but he doesn't have to. What he actually has to do is put all of those right next here to the worker, because the mass repair on the worker with this mech unit means it's never going to die. It's never going to be a problem. The problem, in fact, is that look at how much damage is going to be done to all of these workers. If he keeps trying to trade onto the gyrocraft, it's not going to be good. The gyrocraft is slightly faster, and if this dragon gets to fairly low health, it can be taken down, especially now that there's two of them against one, but a second dragon is joining the fight, and it looks like that tower is actually not engaged the way that it should be. PranksterGangster might lose this dragon, and if he does, that's going to be really bad. The cost investment here is about one dragon for every two gyrocraft, and the problem is losing one dragon to two gyrocraft is not only extremely likely, but it would put a negative spin on the game for him. But we see that PranksterGangster actually, he is the master of pranks. Somehow proxy one den into one base dragons is exactly what he needed against Rynus. And here we go. He's got this fast castle going on. This is the continuation that I'm sure he would have liked to have seen against. 1 second. Did I just bork the stream? Nope. Stream is still good. Excellent. So we're going to take a look over here and see if I can't remember who we did this against in the previous. Perhaps it was. Where was PranksterGangster? He was up against Thurks. And it seemed that he lost a game against Thurks where he did this same proxy one den, but that's because Thurks had a raider just discover what was going on over there, and there was no problems thereafter. The dragons are now getting recalled, and this second base is being made. And this is going to feel like a very wonky, silly timed game for both players. I mean, there is an advanced workshop. All the pieces are here for Rynus. You've got your advanced workshop. You've got your workshop. You've got your mill. This is a normal build. If he just gets the castle, all of a sudden, he has a build that it's in out of order sequence to what he'd normally like. And with two towers, I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted to build. But he'll have an expansion. He'll be able to continue. And look at the number of workers that are here. Oh, no. Is he going for the kill, or is this a defensive force? Because if he's going for the kill, he might actually be able to do it with these units, and it looks like he's going for it. He recognizes that he has the workers for repair. The fact that the dragons are there, this is such a smart play, because he could go for another base, but there's so much production already being built. Why risk fighting a beast player and being behind? And there's no news. There's no way. PranksterGangster doesn't know about this at all. The dragons are going to go out in a little trio and see what they're going to find, and what they're going to find might be the threatening of death. It's very important that these gyrocraft don't get too split up from the workers, and those are the points that need to be focus fired. Not all, in fact, all of these gyrocraft, but the workers have to be targeted, because the workers are what allow the mass repair and what give purchase and power to this attack. As soon as the workers go down and their mass repair is ended, this attack is also ended, and I think PranksterGangster will collect the W. The problem is these are claptrap. That's not Borderlands. This is Gatling gun, and Gatling gun with the advanced workshop has access to caltrops. And the thing with the caltrops is that, or caltrops rather, is that he has an advanced workshop. Rynus can put these down and slow down any wolves, but this is an excellent attack. Going over here and finding a little bit of damage. He's going to lose a dragon for it, and he's going to lose a dragon for not even one worker. Oh no. And really, he's getting another dragon, but does that even help? Like, look at how fast these units are, and the dragons can't be repaired. They're just taking their shots. And it looks like these 4 mech units are having a field day. Now the AoE is getting a little bit done, a little bit more than perhaps Rynus would like, but he did manage to kill one of the dragons for exactly 0 of these units over here. But the high ground that he's able to get with these visions units is so important right now. The repair is extremely important, and it's all seeming extremely powerful. But now he has a tower on the low ground, workers there to repair, and the castle is making a siege, and it looks like he's going to jump on top of this with the wolves, and there go the wolves. It's extremely important that he focuses down all of the workers. The workers are the thing that are dangerous, but he might actually be able to kill, because there's only 1 worker repairing each of these. He might, if he focuses, actually be able to kill another one of these gyrocraft. There's 1 goes down, another one goes down, and these wolves are going to run away. They're not going to find the success that they would have liked to have found, and a tower going down wouldn't have even helped. And there's an airship, oh my gosh, with ballista as well. This dragon is being chased all the way back, and is the second dragon really going to help against a ballista? And 3 of these gyrocrafts, there's almost no way. The tower is going down, but the tower on the low ground is finding all of the success now that the high ground has been secured over here by Rynus. Not that it couldn't have been secured earlier. And look at this. This dragon goes down. It doesn't take any units with it, and there's nothing to protect these workers. The workers are being harassed in the main, and over in the natural, these workers aren't able to do any damage to these mechanical units. The tower that was able to be successfully built by Rynus here on the low ground is his absolute nightmare, and this airship is the harrying end of everything. It says, hey man, even if you could escape, but you can't because my air units are faster, you won't be able to escape for this. This tower won't be able to finish, and PranksterGangster calls it GG after an innovative and somewhat scrappy game 1.